The Georgia summer sun was blazing hot, but the atmosphere inside the Johnston household felt even more heated. After 15 seasons of filming 7 Little Johnstons, the cameras had become a constant, almost like an extra family member. But lately, tensions were rising, and one Johnston was no longer willing to stay silent. Anna Johnston, now 24, had always been known as the independent one, bold, business-savvy, and unapologetically herself. But behind the confidence was a woman who felt increasingly pushed out by the very people who were supposed to lift her up. Her family, and in particular, her mom, Amber. The latest episode had just aired the night before. In it, Amber criticized Anna's new business venture, a boutique pop-up shop she was testing in Savannah. "She's not thinking it through," Amber said bluntly during a confessional. "She's rushing into it, like always." The comment lit a fire under Anna. She took to Instagram the next morning with a cryptic post. "Sometimes those closest to you will dim your light because they can't handle your shine. Stay glowing." Fans immediately picked up on the tension. Was Anna calling out Amber? Was there something deeper going on behind the scenes? The answer, as it turned out, was yes, and Anna was finally ready to talk about it. The People magazine interview was Anna's idea. It wasn't easy convincing the TLC reps to let her speak freely, but her contract didn't restrict off-camera interviews as long as she didn't defame the show. And Anna knew how to walk the line, just enough truth to stir the pot without burning the kitchen down. In the interview she was poised, but her tone carried an edge. "I love my family, I do," she began. "But I'm not afraid to say that being part of a reality show has blurred lines between support and control, between love and expectation." When asked directly if she felt unsupported by her parents, she gave a long pause. "Let's just say, when I succeed, some people don't clap. And sometimes, those people are sitting at the same dinner table as you." The interviewer pushed further. "What about Amber?" "Amber's got a strong personality. So do I. But being strong doesn't mean you get to micromanage everyone else's choices, especially when they're adults." The statement was shaded in diplomacy, but fans knew. This was Anna drawing a boundary. For the first time, she was using her voice to separate herself, not just as a cast member or a Johnston, but as Anna, the woman. Amber saw the interview before it even hit the press. TLC always gave the family a heads up about upcoming features. Her reaction, according to insiders, was swift and furious. She said Anna was ungrateful and disrespectful, a crew member confided. There were talks about cutting her out of the next filming schedule. Amber and Trent had always maintained a tight grip on the narrative, not because they were malicious, but because they believed in a certain image, the perfect little family overcoming big obstacles. But Anna was no longer content being a chapter in someone else's book. She wanted her own volume. The next time the family gathered for a filmed dinner, a scene that had been rescheduled 3 times due to the tension, things boiled over. The cameras were rolling when Amber, in her signature clipped tone, asked, "So, Anna, got any more inspirational quotes to share with your followers?" Anna blinked slowly, a forced smile creeping across her face. "I do, actually. Silence is peace. And I'm learning to love peace." The table went quiet. Jonah squirmed. Elizabeth looked down. Alex poked at his mashed potatoes. Emma shot a nervous glance at the producer. Amber's eyes narrowed. "If you have something to say, just say it." Anna didn't miss a beat. "Maybe I'm tired of pretending everything's perfect when it's not. Maybe I'm tired of being told I'm not doing enough, or doing too much. Or maybe I'm just tired of being criticized for living my life differently." "Is that how you really feel?" Amber asked, voice shaking, either from anger or hurt. "Yes," Anna said. "And I've felt that way for a long time." After the confrontation, filming was halted for a week. TLC needed to cool things down. Anna used the time to drive to Atlanta and stay with a close friend. The distance was physical, but it was also emotional. There, away from the cameras and judgment, she began planning something bold, her own YouTube channel. Not just about her business, though Fizz 4 passion was growing, but about life after reality TV. About adoption. About identity. About boundaries. Her first video, titled, What You Didn't See on TV. It wasn't a hit piece, but it was honest. She talked about feeling like the outsider among her siblings. How some family traditions made her feel like a guest in her own home. How her ideas were often dismissed until someone else repeated them. And how sometimes, moms aren't always right, even when they mean well. The response was overwhelming. Comments flooded in. I always sensed Anna was being treated differently. This is your moment, Anna. You don't owe anyone silence. Amber needs to check herself. But not all reactions were supportive. Amber had her defenders too. And inside the family, lines were being drawn. Meanwhile, TLC executives were sweating. The Johnston family was their crown jewel of wholesome reality, and now the star daughter was going rogue. Privately, they offered Anna her own digital spin-off, a way to keep the drama in-house. Anna declined. I don't want a show about the drama. I want a show about the truth, she told them. Still, the offer proved something. She was a draw, with or without the family. Trent tried to play peacekeeper behind the scenes. He called Anna and asked her to come home, to talk things through, without the cameras. I'll come, Anna said. But I'm not apologizing for being honest. He sighed. I'm not asking you to. But when she returned, it wasn't just to talk, it was to film one final scene. The cameras were set up in the backyard, where so many Johnston family moments had taken place. But this one was different. Anna and Amber sat side by side, producer nodding to cue the conversation. Amber started. I know I can be overbearing. But I do it because I care. I know, Anna replied. But care shouldn't come with control. Or criticism that feels personal. Amber paused, clearly wrestling with emotion. It's hard, seeing your kids grow up. Make choices you wouldn't make. I want to protect you, Anna. Maybe I don't know how to do that without smothering. Anna's eyes welled. I'm not asking you to stop caring. I'm asking you to let me breathe. Amber nodded. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can try forgiving, Anna said. But I won't go back to being silent. The producer whispered, cut. But the conversation didn't stop there. Amber reached out. You're doing amazing things. Even if I don't always say it. I know, Anna replied. But it helps when you do. They hugged. Awkward. Emotional. Real. Months later, the family was back on screen, but different. Anna wasn't in every episode now, but she was still there. On her terms. Her boutique had opened its first permanent storefront in Macon. Her YouTube channel passed 100K subscribers. And her relationship with Amber? Still a work in progress. But one thing had changed for good. Anna had reclaimed her story. She made one final post about the drama, accompanied by a photo of her and Amber smiling during a fundraiser event. Sometimes healing isn't loud. It's just two people deciding to try again.